YouTube, I'm back. Yeah, guys, I'm slipping. I've been working a lot. Right now it's kind of like tax season and I'm an accountant, so that's my day job, and this is my night job to react to things on the internet. So I kind of have to prioritize my side job and my current job plus this job, but I am back. Today we are reacting to a fire content with the man of the hour, Charleston White on the Freshman Fit podcast. It just was lit. Shout out to Charleston White and shout out to the Freshman Fit boys. This was good. This was a good one. I seen it already, so I thought I might just hop on the camera real quick and just do my quick reaction. So, well, actually, before we start, can you guys do me a favor by liking, subscribing, and commenting on the video? Appreciate the love and support. Let's get this started.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that the women got a lot smarter over the years and that they're not staying with the man and only sitting at home with their children, only relying on the guy's perspective and on the guy's money.
They didn't get smarter because today's women have less.
Thank you.
How do they have less?
Actually, today's women are like very close to, like, the gap is really small between, like, financially at least. Women
they don't have any
men.
companionship.
Yeah, you're progressive, but you're not actually having families.
But you don't have families, you don't have companionship.
But that's the progressive part, like how he said their sacrifices.
But what do women?
I'm gonna have to sacrifice the family to have a
To what
career.
extent? What do women actually want? Family.
But listen,
Right, but also
a woman values comes from her family, not a job.
Thank you.
But they won't be loyal.
That is kind of true. Like, I don't think women value jobs the way that they think that they actually do, because women typically want to have a kid and kind of be like stay-at-home moms once they had that first kid. So they don't really value jobs like that. I get what they're trying to say.
See, though, they don't want to be
No woman has ever had loyalty
mistreated.
throughout
They don't
history.
want to be disrespected anymore. They figured it out. They figured out the fact that guys can just go out.
If I lie to you because I'm cheating on you, that's not disrespecting you.
Really?
Disrespecting you is telling you I'm doing it and not hiding it. If I lie
I think
to
that's
you,
actually really respectful. If you tell me, hey babe, I messed up last night, I was drunk.
But what if he didn't mess up? What if he knows what he's doing? So I don't know.
And I got, on the floor with somebody else, I'm like, babe, thank you for talking to me about this. I'm really upset, but we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen.
I'm going to be upset.
How many children go home and say, Mom, hey, Mom, listen, I had unprotected sex last night. I got high and I got drunk. So if you can't do that to your parents, what makes you think your spouse can come and tell you the truth?
See, but that's the thing. I can do that to my parents. I've done it to my parents before, and they've been open and honest and been like, I'm really upset at you. I didn't raise you like that, but thank you for coming to me so we can talk about it, tell you how you learn from your mistakes, tell you how to do better, and give you better solutions. Give you better solutions.
Our grandmothers never asked our grandfathers where they was going. Today's women want to know.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Communication is wanted to know. They just didn't have the say to.
Well, let me just say this. The women before the women before you was more focused on being women and taking care of the things that women did. They didn't worry about what men did when they wasn't around them. Today's women.
This was like a great point when I heard he said it. Like, what it is like, men are going to be men at the end of the day, and women are going to be women at the end of the day. We have this weird concept now where we are trying to make men and women equal, or kind of like a blank slate kind of thing, where men can be a woman, and woman can be a woman, woman can be a man. It doesn't work that way. Women have to do what women do, and men have to do what men do, and it's the way. It's all balanced, all nature. It's how you balance things out.
Women want to know, what does a man do when they're not with them? Where you going? Who you with?
Sure.
The women before you didn't ask those questions.
You really don't want to know where I'm going. You do not want to know where I'm going.
They didn't have to say.
They
was more taken. They was more well taken care of.
Yeah.
More men died and left a home to those women. More women had their families more secured than today's women.
Yeah, but I would say
they don't tolerate
if you're able to
anymore.
do whatever you want.
Right.
But listen,
it's a very fast-paced society that we live in today. So
y'all are still tolerating the same bullshit, though. You still,
I think
most of you
less.
have been with a man who's cheated on you, right?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
You might not know about it, but he probably did it already.
So why aren't y'all in relationships then? If y'all had been with a man who cheated.
That's a great point. That's a great point. It's crazy because their grandparents had a man, whatever. The great grandmothers had a man. The man probably was still cheating. This man had been cheating since the dawn of time. Men are not gonna be loyal. It's just not our nature to be loyal. But yeah, now all these women are like in their like 20s and even like mid 20s and 30s, and all of them are single. So I'm like, who are you really winning in life?
And still single.
And still single. Yeah. Why aren't y'all married like now? Why aren't y'all taken care of if y'all hadn't been with men that cheated on you guys?
Ooh. Because cheating's not the only thing that makes you not want to be in a relationship.
That is true.
So why aren't you guys why aren't you guys in successful or great?
I always wonder that too. Like these girls be thinking that they can find a man that's gonna be faithful and loyal, and there are some men who are gonna do that. The men who are like kind of like very, very like strict to their to their religion and strict to like their principles and morals, whatever. But it's such a minute number that it's hard for you to actually make your life around that one, like that 10%, even if it's a 20% of men who do that. It's kind of dumb to kind of like wait to get 20% man. It just doesn't make sense.
Great relationships then. What was the problem?
Because it's not only our problem. It's not, women aren't only the problem, because the relationship is about two people. Two people have to be working on a relationship.
So you guys saying that women have gotten smarter. I'm trying to say the women before you went through the same exact things that you guys are going through.
But they weren't successful in relationships is what I'm trying to say. They would just shut their mouth and hold on to their families because they didn't have a job, they didn't have a career, they didn't have anywhere to go. And God forbid they didn't have families to go back to with their children. They were stuck with that same man who were cheating on them.
That's smart.
So you guys are in y'all 20s. So you mean to tell me the 1990s women kept their mouth shut?
No.
The 1980s
they
women?
didn't, but they probably put up with more because they couldn't do it on their own.
Hold on.
I mean, it's far of a difference of like. Sorry.
The women who couldn't do it on their own was in the 60s. The women in the 80s had food stamps, welfare, Section 8, and child support.
That is true.
So the women I'm referencing don't need a man. They've been doing it on their own since the 90s. Yeah. But they still had men who cheated on them. Most women have been taking care of men since the 80s and the 90s. You guys are talking about grandmama and them from the 60s who needed a man. We talking about the women from the 90s. My mother was born 60, never had a man in the household.
Wow.
I was born in the 70s, so I watched a whole group of women never needed a man.
Right.
But most women today are dying single with no male companionship.
Cats and dogs.
Yeah,
but how are they better off than the women who had husbands who helped them raise the families?
Yeah, but with the
emotional stability.
Right. With the women that did die single, what else did they have in their repertoire? They had
their career. Your career, girl. Your career matters.
A career or a place to stay. Like how you said, they were supporting themselves. They probably had kids of their own if they've probably never been married.
Here's a cold hard biological reality.
All of them have dealt with the same kind of men that the women of the 40s and the 50s. Men haven't changed.
Not at all.
So I'm listening to you guys saying, well, we've gotten smarter. And I'm saying, well, when you look at the results, how have y'all gotten smarter when most of y'all don't have men?
Bam.
And y'all are still dealing with the same type of men that your grandmothers dealt with.
I mean,
men who lie and cheat.
It's not about to have a man who lies and cheat.
Right. That doesn't gauge our intelligence.
Okay, here's the problem, ladies. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. We got to understand a cold, hard biological fact. Men are more interested in things. Women are more interested in people. One of the biggest contributors to a woman's overall fulfillment and happiness is children and a family. There's a reason why when two men meet, they shake hands and say, what do you do for a career? When two women meet, they hug each other and say, do you have a children? Are you married? Because women base their value on their social circle, who's around them, aka a family. Men base their value on their career and what they're able to achieve. So you can say, I have a career, I make my own money. That's fantastic when you're in your 20s and you're still attractive and you got a bunch of guys coming after you. But when you hit your 30s, get a little bit older, those same yacht invites aren't coming to the same level, or the same amount of DMs are not to the same level. the caliber of men that you're dealing with aren't as high as they used to be when you're in your 20s, that's when the walls are going to start to close and you're going to realize, damn, I don't have as many options as I thought. And here's the thing. 1 in 4 women now is on antidepressant medication. Female anxiety and antidepressant medication has gone up. Prescriptions has gone up since the 1970s. Women have reported lower levels of overall happiness since the 1970s as they've become more empowered and more free. Explain that to me. Feminism is a lie. It tells you, go chase a career, go make money, get your bag. You're going to find that man just by making a lot of money, becoming successful. It's a lie. Women derive pleasure from children and a family mostly. And they proved this. They did a study in Ireland, actually, where they took women.
And that makes sense from like a biological sense, because simply put, like, we are meant to do things in this world as human beings. Like, and if you're a creature that can birth life and you don't birth life, it's like why would you were created to do this one particular task, to give life, and you can't accomplish that one task. That is kind of dumb, you know. It makes sense.
That were in the workforce, and when COVID happened, they went back home and worked from home. Then when it was time for them to go back to the workforce, most of the women elected to stay home and take care of their loved ones versus entering the workforce. So what I would say is this: most women, if given the choice, would prefer to have a man, children, work from home, and or do some type of job that's elective, not mandatory, and have a family. A lot of girls sit there and cope and say, oh, feminism, I want a career, etc. You know damn well that's not going to give you satisfaction to the same level. A man derives satisfaction from going out and conquering the world. A woman derives satisfaction from having a family and children. And the problem is that you guys only have a finite amount of time to do it. By the time you're in your 30s, it's kind of too late already.
And see, that's what happened with the women before. They didn't put a lot of interest in what a man did away from them. It was about the family.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a horrible husband, a piece of shit. Man, her value came from her family. They know a man go be a man. And I think that's what this generation don't understand, that a man is gonna be a man.
Yeah, so I get it. And in this new modern day age, they want to kind of convert men into women. So the concept is the best man is the man that can feel the way a woman feels. So, you know, make men more feminine, and hopefully they can do what women want. But when that happens, when they make men more feminine, the women don't want the man, because there's no more it has to be complementary. So there's no difference between what a man is. Like the feminine and the masculine has to, the opposites attract. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, opposites attract, and when you make men feminine, it's not attractive to women.
All men cheat. Not that they out looking to cheat, but all men cheat.
He's right. Like there'll be some men that swear that they're not gonna cheat on the wife. I get the concept of not trying to cheat, but in your mind you want to cheat. So just because you didn't cheat doesn't mean that this you do the physical act doesn't mean you don't want to cheat. You don't cheat. You do cheat. You just haven't exercised it yet. Once you exercise it, you become a cheater. But you are a cheater by definition because you do want to cheat, just have not exercised it.
And you know the scary part? Your career, your job, you can get fired. At least your man is probably going to be there for most of the time.
Johnson, why are you naked? Because my t-shirt sucks. Look at Gibson. He's wearing a true classic tee.
Job, you can get fired.
YouTube, this is it for I'm back again with another video. Hope this one comes out pretty good. I rambled a little bit and couldn't get my words out, but hey, we out here doing the thing, making content, keep going, keep striving, keep getting better. Till next time, YouTube, deuces.